Hello, my unconventional conventionists. Today we have a very easy-ish, actually it is very easy, very delicious plate that feeds like 4 people. We're going to make, my rap name would be a whole young chicken. Okay, so for a whole roasted chicken, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna need to buy a whole chicken. Then, to line the beautiful cast iron skillet that I suggest you use, you want a red onion or a white one, that works too. Some garlic, 2 or 3 carrots, some celery, good old canola oil, and some twine. See why later. You can use your twine while listening to Shania Twain. Anyways, and you'll also need some rosemary. Obviously salt, kosher, and pepper, white or black. So if you can see, my chicken is all the way up in the sink, and now I'm all the way over here. That is because I am terrified of cross-contamination, because I don't know if you've heard before, but I have had salmonella once or twice. So I don't trust chicken even though it's delicious. To avoid this horrid cross-contamination, the first thing we're gonna do our veggies first, huh? What do you say? What do you say? Let's do the carrots first. Cut the stems off. Cut the weird Harry Potter witch ends off. Now, if you have a potato peeler, or if you're an organized person, like me, you would use a potato peeler right now just to peel off the ends. But I'm just gonna knife the edges off. You want it to look like that, you know. So now that you have cleaned your carrots, you're not really gonna do much of them. You're just gonna roughly chop them. And then throw them in your pot, skillet. Roasting pan, I think, is the actual term, actually. So let's call it a roasting pan from now on. Am I gonna remember that? No. Your onion. You can peel it first, but what I just do, I just kind of cut it, slice it like that first, and then just take off there. Aw, onions always remind me of Shrek. Now, don't worry about making it pretty or chopping nicely or julienning, because this is just gonna go it's gonna go underneath the chicken, basically. It's like a little floor for us, so just slice. Again, it does not have to be pretty. You might not use the whole onion, it depends on how big your roasting pan is. See? Being bilingual is very confusing sometimes, because am I talking about a roasting pan, or am I talking about a certain kind of bread that you roast? I don't know. This is a very strong onion. Oh my god. Oh my god, my eyes are like petunias. Like baguettes. As I said, you're not going to use the whole onion, unfortunately, because this caramelizes in the oven and it becomes amazing. The best part, actually, never mind the chicken, just do it for the Yes, I eat raw onions sometimes. Look, I don't get a lot of dates. So I'll make it look like that. I'll put this aside. Wow! Then the celery, same thing. Rinse it first, because sometimes celery is dirty. All right. Don't try that. It's so pretty. You want it to look like that? I haven't cried like this since Patti LuPone lost the Tony Award. Prepare the garlic they're gonna use later. Don't dice it, don't slice it, just peel it. My entire life is spent just peeling onions. Did I say onions? I meant garlic. Same shit. Okay, so that's on the side. The next part is, look, I've said this before, it's the most important part of any cooking. And that's turning on the oven. Turn it on too. I know usually we do 400. Today we're gonna go crazy and we're gonna do 425. So while the oven preheats, we're gonna move to the back and start working on our whole chicken. Okay, now that we're at the sink with the raw chicken is when the real magic begins. You wanna grab a little knife. This is never. Oh yeah. Hello, bonjour. You want to pull out the bag? Twins. Get rid of this. A lot of people cook with it. I don't because I have eyes. I don't know if you have to rinse the chicken. I always do. Give it a little bath. A little. This part always reminds me of baguette. Look at that. Like a little. Cough twice. Yeah. Anyways. And you do want to pat it dry actually. So just wrap it up in a little paper towel blanket and then you move it to the pan. Now that you've moved your chicken very carefully from the sink to its roasting pan, you put it on top of the vegetables, on top of its little bread that we made. Bread on top of the bed that we made. It looked like that. The little cavity. Oh, garlics that we crushed before. Stick with that. You're gonna grab the canola oil. Careful not to cross-contaminate anything. I'm telling you. And then you just want to drizzle a little bit over the skin. And this will give it a nice golden color. You can go to town on this chicken. I don't know. It's been a quarantine. Oh, the oven's ready. A lot of us haven't had human contact for a long time. So if you want to just caress that chicken breast, go for it. I'm not gonna tell anybody. Now I think it's easier, especially since I'm working on a chicken that's this big, to just use one hand to get dirty with the other hand. You can use it to grab whatever you need to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just give you very strong suggestions. That's too much oil that I put on, but it'll be fine. There goes my one hand rule. All right. Also, you want to lay it breast side up. Always breast side up. You want to show those tatas. Next, you grab your kosher salt, because that's the only salt worth having. And you sprinkle vigorously and generously all over the chicken. Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. The great thing about roasting a chicken is that it looks like it's really, really hard when you rip it out of the oven. For people that don't know, but it's actually one of the easiest things you can ever possibly do. Sprinkle your pepper over it, generously again. Garlic powder if you like. I'm doing garlic powder. Some rosemary. Don't be stingy. Use the rosemary, dried rosemary. I wouldn't go with fresh, just honestly, I don't know. Use whatever rosemary you want. I've got your one lemon. There, squeeze that over the side like that. And then don't throw this away. Stick it into the actual chicken. Boop. All right. Ta-da! That's marinated. This is ready to go. But now is the next step. Grab your twine and then just tie the legs together. I'm horrible at doing this, so if you don't like the, oh, that's nice. Wait a second, I spoke too soon. It's like tying a shoe. And that's it. That's all you have to do. It's done. It's preheated as we said before, so just pop this baby. Ooh. All right, so you grab your chicken. And into it goes at 425 for, I'm gonna say 2 hours. No, you don't want less than an hour and a half. If you're a fancy person and you have a meat thermometer, after about an hour and a half, stick it into the thickest part of the breast. And if it's at 165, it's ready. I wouldn't go lower than 165, not for chicken. Anyways, I will be back in about 2 hours. And if I'm not, just wait longer. It's been about 2 hours and our chicken should be done. If you're a fancy person, this is when you would stick in your thermometer, and if it's at 165, 166, take it out. You don't really want to go more than that because then it might get all dry. So very carefully. Woo! Hello! It smells delicious. Look at that. You hear that? It's still cooking. It's still cooking. All of this caramelization is phenomenal. You want to let it chill for about 15 minutes. Cover it with some aluminum foil. Making sure not to burn yourself out. And then you're done. Then just carve up this baby and enjoy with the vegetables in there that have, Now, the carving part is always scary. It's messy. It's juicy. But that's how we like it. So let's get right to it. Voila! I use one of these, and then I use a bread knife, some sort of big fork situation, and tongs. This is how I pick it up. Oh yeah. Oh baby, 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 look at this. Look at this, woo! Woo! You ready for this? Could you imagine if it's not cooked? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, say it slow. Ooh, oh, and the whole wing just came right off. So that's when your butchering skills really come into play. Everybody, you guys should all eat the skin, because that's where all the collagen is. And God knows we pay enough for our collagen. Do you want to try some? Mm-hmm. Think? We have a tester in the audience today because we have nothing else to do. Baguette's allergic to chicken, and she's looking at me with such hatred.
Yo primero. Divino. Divino. Pero this is the best part.
Yeah,
Petunia. Come. Delicioso. Huele.
Petunia doesn't like vegetables.
No, she likes meat. It's juicy.
Juicy,
delicioso.
yeah. That's how we like it. Juicy and juicy. This is a very weird thing in my family where nobody likes the taste of chicken, but they insist on eating chicken every day. It's like, we love your chicken because it doesn't taste like chicken. I go, all right, well, thanks, I guess. Sorry, I can't. If I give you some and Baguette sees me, she'll never speak to me again. No, Mama, I'm sorry, I can't give you any. You're allergic, it's not my fault. Juicy, juicy poulet, pollo, pollo. Don't throw the veggies away, that's the best part. If you're like me and you love a good rotisserie chicken from the grocery store, this is the dish for you.